So it did finish Liverpool 2, Chelsea 1. Disappointed is what I'm going to say. I'll say this was disappointed because I feel like we definitely could have gotten a lot out of this game, and then we didn't. Starting 11 definitely was a curveball. I did not see James start in this game, um, much less seeing Gusto left back, because I think the assumption was that with Cucurella not being available, Vega comes in as the left back, Tosin comes in for Fofana, and the team stays intact. But nasty curveball, but one that was really, you know, well timed, I guess if you want to say that, because you're only like James is only going to build on his fitness and his sharpness when he's playing games. So I can understand Liverpool not being the place to really throw him in, but fuck it, like that's your skipper, that's your captain, one of the best right backs in the world. He's fit, bro. Take that chance and play him, man. If it doesn't, if he's injured, then we just got to figure it out. But I wasn't really too fussed about that. And him playing that right center back role, I think perfectly suits, his, kind of managing his workload and whatnot, because he doesn't have to be going up and down, up and down. Yeah, someone will argue, what if balls are being played behind him? Well, then you fucking turn and you run. Like, I don't get it. Like, he's not going to be going back and forth up and down the touchline. At least he sees a game in front of him a bit. Like, I just didn't understand that. Defenders are going to have the ball played behind them, and it's just they're going to have to turn and run and try to defend. It's just the reality, But coming back to the game, I don't want to dwell on like refereeing mistakes. I don't want to dwell on VAR because we all saw the game. If you didn't, you heard about it. It's just the ref was awful on both ends. I think for us, terrible decisions. For Liverpool, awful decisions. But it was certain decisions in key moments that could have really changed the outcome of this game. And it's a lot of if, buts, and maybes, but that's just the reality. Even that second penalty that Liverpool had, given that, I can understand why in real time you gift that as a penalty, but that's why VAR is there to see the errors, the obvious errors and correct it. I just don't understand why they didn't really assess the Sancho one. But you know what? It is what it is. We move. Some of the outstanding players in this game, on our part at least, Caicedo, Lavia, these two guys. I think throughout the game, they were the only two that really stood out. They were the only two players in our team that made an impact. I think James had he had a good game. Tosin had a very shaky start. He could have been sent off, played this awful pass to Liverpool. I mean, just shaky moments from him. Colwell was just looking off it. I don't know if it was an Anfield crowd, potentially, but he's getting rattled, making a rush, just tackles. He could have given another one, on Salah if the ref was trying to be on that type of smoke that game. But it's just the defensive performance wasn't good, and it just was just added on with that stupid decision by Sanchez to stay on his goal. Like, Jones takes a very heavy touch. The worst that could happen is as a goalkeeper, you come out and you get smashed by Jones, and you get the foul. As long as you make good contact with the ball first, you're good. You got to put your body on the line. This game is 1-1, bro. We just scored. He stood on the line, and then even when he decided to come out, he had his hands behind his side, which killed me on top of that. It's like, bro, you're 6'5". Make yourself fucking bigger. Like, what are we doing here? Sanchez is really like, he'll do 10 things right, and then he'll do like 15, 16 stupid things. And then it it's counterproductive. Like, you save us, but then you're saving us from troubles and problems you're creating. Like, that's some psycho shit, but maybe not to that extent, but it's just Sanchez really needs to pattern up. Like, he just makes way too many errors for a professional at this level. Like, you can't be affording to do that. Not at clubs like Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, Spirit. Like, you cannot be this level of a goalkeeper and be making these errors. It's weird, bro. It's weird. Like, I don't get this guy. Like, one game he will save us. Like, he will pull off saves against like Bournemouth, saved that penalty. Against Forest, saved us. a few times. But then you see games like this against Brighton, Arsenal, and Sanchez is just Sanchez again, man. I can understand it. But you look at Liverpool side, that defense, bro. Like credit to Slot. He has these guys just well drilled. Trent, for the most part, yesterday was defending more than attacking, and he did it well. He had Sancho on lock. Robinson was, he was getting cooked a bit, but then we just never kept giving the ball to Noni, which was weird. Like, if he has it going, you let him cook. Because Palmer was off of it, barely did anything. I think, there's been times where I've said Noni's selfish. Palmer was very selfish yesterday, and I don't like that. Like, I know you're the best player on this team. You're the best creator in this team, to be honest with you. But there's just times where you just have to play that ball off. Like that opportunity to Noni that he took the shot on. I'm just like, yo, just lay it off to Noni and let him see if he can get a good shot on target. Because against Wolves, he scored identical goals in those similar positions. So something better definitely could have happened. But I think Palmer was just on his selfish bag yesterday, and it kind of pissed me off. But the reality is he had a poor game, didn't affect the game. He did not affect the game at all. This guy was non-existent. Felt like we were playing 10 against 11 at some points. Like, Palmer is the type to be able to come away with a brilliant moment. And again, if he had one of those moments yesterday, we would have said, yo, he got a GNA. But real ones would say his performance was very stinky, and it was. So I think Maresca has to keep the same energy. Sancho was fucking it up. You took him off at halftime. You got to keep the same energy for Palmer. If he's not on it, you take him off. You bring somebody else in who can impact the game in a way. Because we're not really gaining anything with you being on the pitch in this game yesterday. So why not take you off? But enough of that. I think all in all, it was a good performance. I don't want to have to just be saying, oh, yeah, we had a good performance, but we ain't getting the results. I don't want to have to be saying that. But I can acknowledge and say, you know what, there's been so much, improvements in this team, defensively, offensively, midfield as well. You look at Jackson's goal. Like, Jackson he's got 8 goal contributions in 8 games, 5 goals, 3 assists. That finish, to be honest with you, I did not see the ball go into the back of the net. I thought he put it wide. So when I saw him celebrate, I'm like, yo, what are you celebrating? So I saw the ball in the back of the net. I was like, oh, okay, finish. But that was a good finish. Like when I thought he missed it, it reminded me of Morata against, was it Burnley? When it was so much easier to score and he put it wide. That was like the flashback I had immediately. But then 3 minutes after we score, 4 minutes, we go in there, we can see James trying to play Jones offside was just, you have to follow your runner, bro. You have to follow Jones in. Stop trying to play this offside. And Sanchez, Sanchez is a problem, man. I'm too tired of mentioning this guy's names when it comes to just so many negative things, because he has saved us a few times this season, but he just keeps, bro. Like, there's a show I watched, Sanchez is a representation of like this show I watched on Netflix where a nurse will purposely kind of make patients ill just to have the thrill and adrenaline of bringing them back to life. Like, it was some weird stuff, but like that's just how Sanchez be moving for me, yo. Like, you put us in situations just to save us. It's just weird, man. Sanchez needs to buckle up, bro, because none of that stuff was necessary. Like, he just loses concentration, and it's just weird, bro. It's weird. But that's just what we got. We're dealing with right now. Jorgensen is injured, so we can't even see him play. But all in all, look, Maresca did his thing. We just couldn't beat a resolute Liverpool defense. Once you let them go 2-1, bro, it's curtains, man. Like, they've only conceded 2 goals prior to this game. Now it's 3 goals, all comps. Like, they're hard to beat. Virgil, Konate are on it. Robertson, Trent as well. They're keeping things on lock, and you got that midfield. Gravenberg, even though he didn't have his great game, this was a game where Caicedo and Lavia was showing him levels. Like, and Gravenberg has been one of the best midfielders this season, but Caicedo was just on a different level. Lavia was in a different level. Listen, we're gonna have to start donating some freaking hamstrings and ankles, to the Chelsea medical team to have on deck, just in case Lavia needs one of these. Because if this guy can come in after missing weeks off game time, okay, comes in like this, and he has this Liverpool midfield just nah. Lavia is a serious player, bro. And honestly, Enzo is our third midfield option right now. And when Santos comes back from loan, shit, Enzo might be the fourth option. Leslie, maybe not beating Enzo, but if you can keep Lavia, Caicedo, Santos fit and available, we might really have to think about Enzo's future out here. Because the play from these two guys yesterday was just, it was scintillating, man. Like, you see when Lavia left the pitch, you could just tell the levels dropped a bit. We lost that control. Oh man, I can go on about Lavia, but we're not. Now we have an opportunity midweek, bounce back, win this game in the Conference League. Hopefully we beat Newcastle, go into the next game. I believe it's either United or Arsenal. You win 3 games now. You win this midweek, you win on the weekend, and you win the next one. Now you're back again, because you don't want it to feel like, damn, we're going through this, tough run and we just not picking no points. So that's not what I'm trying to see. And I think we're better than that. You're not always going to play Liverpool every week. So we've gotten Liverpool, at Anfield out of the way. And I'm just proud that, we showed up and we could be counted. We went toe to toe with one of the best teams, if not the best teams in the Premier League and in the world. And we did not embarrass ourselves, but Sanchez did. So that's just the reality. But people, this has been the match review. Not much else I can really say, but I see you guys in the next video. Sub to the channel, like the video, hop in the comments. Let me know how you're feeling. Let me know how you're thinking, man. But again, the game is already done. We move. I don't think a lot of people are going to be sulking over this result, because it's just, we did well. So see you on the next one.